Sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
It's not gonna happen, and Daniel McMillan,
Pennsylvania native, kept here winning here at Pocono.
Third win of the season, and win the championship.
Ryan Benjamin with the last lap pass. And he is going to score the victory in the Minute Maid 300.
Sam and Oskin, third win of the season! He's gonna get it and only leads 3 laps today!
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Welcome back to the NOFSRL Home Depot Pro Series. Today we're at Watkins Glen of the Applebee's 200K 14 laps on this 3.4 mile road course. And for the second time in Home Depot Pro Series history, we have a guest. It's Matt again. And this is our second road course of the season. What do you think we can expect from today's race?
Well, obviously, I mean, this is a pretty interesting road course. You got a lot of, you cut out the bus stop at the top, and this becomes a very high-speed road course. So, it should definitely be exciting today. Expect a lot of interesting passing opportunities, and always gotta, in these lower downforce cars, gotta be careful in turn 11. That's a very dangerous turn.
Now let's look at the top 10 starting grid. On pole is the 76 of Buck Hoover. Starting second is the 4 of Landon Smith Jr. Third, the 11 of Benny Watson. Fourth, the 95 of Quan Haslam. Of Darren Arnsoff. Sixth, the 99 of Tristan Allen. Seventh is the 27 of Nathan Stapleton. Eighth, the 69 of Trey Smith. Ninth is the Truxell. And rounding off the top 10 is Logan Williams. But now, down to command.
Start your engine.
The pace car will roll off. Make sure everyone else does well. It looks like they will. Buck Hoover on the outside there, or the right lane really. Will lead him to the green here. It's gonna be an interesting race today, as the pace car will pull off. Green flag in the air. We're underway in the Glen. Buck Hoover with a good jump, but Landon Smith Jr. has the advantage into turn 1. Buck Hoover getting really tight, and Landon Smith Jr. will get around him for the lead. Now Quan Haslam looking on the high side of Buck Hoover. We'll try to get around him now. He will clear him into the backstretch. Comes Tristan Allen on the left side of Buck Hoover now. As Mattek mentioned earlier, there's no bus stop, so it's a long, high-speed straight here. Still side by side for third. So Buck Hoover will clear him out of the carousel. Darren Arnsoff up into 5th now. Tristan Allen still on the inside of Buck Hoover.
And Buck Hoover just got completely bogged down there on that start. That 4 car, though, Landon Smith Jr., he was absolutely gunning and ready to go. Just gunned it around the outside. He's out to the lead. Quan Haslam also got around the 76, so obviously now they're settled down here. Obviously, we know Buck Hoover has a fast race car, so we'll see if he can make up some time, but top 2 just trying to break away here a little bit. That's Landon Smith, Quan Haslam. So far, the clear sailing for everybody here. Pretty clean first opening lap here.
Yep, there's single file for the front field, but there's quite a bit of racing back in the pack as Trey Smith will clear Logan Williams. There's 3 wide there. Logan Williams trying to clear Nathan Stapleton. He will, as Nathan Smith way off the track there. Not sure what happened as he hit the inside curve coming out of the corner. It's Andrew Williams back into last now as they're snaking down the front stretch into turn 1. Jack Troll trying to clear Chevron Asada, but Chevron Asada will get the run out of the first turn.
Everybody, obviously, this is now that everybody's gotten that open lap out of the way and you've jostled around some position. Now it's about, settling in and timing your moves out, picking where around this 3.5 mile racetrack that you do make your move. Because obviously you have a lot of passing opportunities here, which is why it's such a good course. But you just have to be careful because there's a lot of places on this track that'll easily punish you. As we've seen all weekend here, or as we'll see, throughout this whole weekend here, a lot of spots around this track that you can absolutely get punished easily for making a mistake.
Absolutely, and I haven't mentioned this race there will be a pit stop around lap 10 for these guys. That'll obviously shake up the field. They have to make sure they get that pit stop right. As Darren Arzoff still in 5th, Benny Watson fell back to 6th as he started 3rd there at the beginning of the race. We have still some battling in the midfield. That's Will Parrish and Owen Miles. As now we have 2 side-by-side battles for last. Andrew Williams has now got around the 56 of Mitchell Collins. And Chase Buck is trying to get around Ryan Benjamin. Ryan Benjamin almost put 17 in the wall there. Now, the 47 Nunes got in the wall. As well as Daisy Johnson.
This is the other thing we've seen a lot throughout this weekend too. Turn 11 in the Indy cars, as you'll see throughout the weekend, or have seen. I don't know exactly time-wise when this race goes up, but turn 11 for Indy cars, those cars don't carry a lot of downforce. It's not as dangerous as corner, but Indy stock cars, without as much downforce, this guys slide to that corner a lot. If they hit those rumble strips, you have to be really careful because that turn 11 wall will punish you hard if you hit it.
But it looks like Equan Haslam got around Lance Smith Jr. at the line, but Lance Smith Jr. passed him back, and Equan Haslam right on the back bumper of the 4 for the lead. Buck Hoover's still there in 3rd, just waiting to make his move. As their single file, but there's a battle for, I believe it is 7th or 8th, sorry, between Logan Williams and Nathan Stapleton. Marty Johnson running the back bumper with Nathan Stapleton as well. Logan Williams cleared the 27.
Everybody's single file here for the most part. Obviously, a lot of guys jostling hard in the back early on in the going. No surprise there. It's going to be interesting here, though. Obviously, again, you got to be careful, too, because you want to be in the right place, right time when pit stops come up.
Absolutely, as Darren Arzoff went a little wide there. Benson trying to make a move, but Darren Arzoff to the inside of Tristan Allen. Ooh! Almost contact between the 999, but there was contact between the 11 and the wall. As now Trey Smith will get around him for 6th. And still some battle back towards the pack. Jack Troll and Arthur Xavier. Arthur Xavier quite a bit wide, but obviously will get the run on the high side out of turn 1. And it's got way wide in the X's. Daisy Johnson trying to catch up to the 47 and make a move. The 32's drafting Jack Troll down the back straightaway.
A lot of guys using the draft here. You can see that snake. They're snaking all left to right to left across these straightaways. Everybody using that draft here pretty well. Ooh, got another dive bomb pass there. The 83 car going to dive down to the bottom. So you watch that 83 of Thomas Droxel. He's obviously mired a little back in pack here, so he wants to see if he can make up as much time as he can here. See if he can salvage some points out of this day.
Trying to get around on Miles on the high side. It's not going to work as Miles cleared him. And there's, yeah, like you said, single file. For the most part, Buck Hoover has fallen off from the top 2, but Equan Haslam still right on the back bumper of that 4 machine, looking on the right side of him out of the boot. Ooh, I think he's going to make a move in the final turn here. Almost a little bit
There
of
goes
contact.
the 95.
Ooh, Landon Smith Jr. in the wall. Equan Haslam will get him and take the lead. Landon Smith Jr. made a mistake when he didn't. Oh, 09 hard in the wall back there, but Landon Smith Jr. made a mistake when he least needed to.
Yeah, that's a big error there by Landon Smith. Just shot it into the corner too much, trying to, keep that felt the pressure. It just got to him there, and he's going to pay dearly for it here late in the, still early in this race, but nonetheless.
Yeah, and still single file Nathan Stapleton trying to move on Marty Johnson as Marty Johnson got around him for that position. Trying to look to the inside in the carousel, not quite there though.
Everybody, it's a pretty clean race though. Outside of outside of Landon Smith getting into the wall there, I saw one or two other cars have gotten to that outside wall, but not a lot of calamity here going on in this race, which you always love to see that. And I think everybody's still out on track running, no mechanical failures either. So it's a pretty clean race here so far today.
Yeah, and Ryan Benjamin fell back to last. I believe he was running 20th the last I saw, but he's fallen back to 24th now. Mitchell Collins trying to get around Chase Buck for, I believe that is 21st. But Chase Buck fighting hard, and looks like he'll clear Mitchell Collins and keep that position. Nathan Smith, Jack Troll battling Nathan Smith way off the track. That's gonna hurt him. As Chase Harris and Owen Miles in the wall there. And now Darren Onstoff making a move to the inside of Tristan Allen. Not quite gonna get the move now.
Worth noting, up front though, that 95 Equan Haslam is completely checked out from the 4 Landon Smith. Obviously, we know Landon Smith has some damage, but that 95 just got around him and said, "See you guys later." He is checked out, almost a second and a half lead here.
Yeah, they're bunching back in 8th position and back, but at the front they're pretty spread out as Nathan Stapleton, put the bumper to the back of the 21 and moved him out of the way. But it didn't work. Logan Williams will get the inside lane here and clear Nathan Stapleton. Arthur Xavier looking to pass Thomas Troxel in 83. And Chevron Asada right on his back bumper as well. They're bunching up there. Daisy Johnson not looking good. Or she's going to get passed by Chase Buck here. Hit the curb. That's not what you want to do. You want to get as tight as you can in that corner, but you do not want to hit the curb as it slows you down quite a bit. Chase Buck will get around Daisy Johnson.
So we've got another car sliding wide off there. For the most part, though, everybody seems to be hitting their marks. This is definitely the most treacherous portion of this track here. Down 9, 10, 11. A lot of guys sliding around down here.
Arthur Xavier around.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Arthur Xavier around. He'll save it. He won't collect anyone else. As you may or not know, we don't have caution, so good thing he didn't collect anyone else. But Arthur Xavier way off the pace after that. That's basically going to end his day.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for Xavier. Just missed. It looks like he missed the corner entry there. Probably, I'm going to imagine, came in a little too hot, and it's going to cost him there in the long run. Tough run for him. Tough day for him too. Just didn't have the car that he needed today.
Absolutely, and Equan Haslam continues to dominate here at the Glen. Almost 2 seconds up on Landon Smith Jr. And if Equan Haslam can hold on here, this will be his second win of the season. As you know, he won 2 races ago at Memphis. See if he can get his second win of the season. As Tristan Allen now up in the third. Looks like he passed Buck Hoover. Buck Hoover, obviously the pole sitter, has fallen back quite a bit. As you know, he was right on the back bumper of the top two, but now he's fallen back to fourth. Chase Harris way off the track there.
Now, pit stop wise, I don't think unless Equan Hasm's team botches his stop, I don't think he's gonna have too much of an issue here. Where are we looking at as far as pit stops now go?
Around lap 10, I believe, is the fuel window. So about in 3-4 laps will be the pit stops for these guys. They have to make a pit stop, I know that. So Marty Johnson battling Will Parrish through the S's. Chase Harris now will benefit and make a move down the backstretch on 3 machine. Be side by side down the backstretch into the carousel. See if the 25 can make a move for that position. Or sorry, 11th. He can't though, and it's looks like they're really punched up for these. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th here. As Darren Arnsoff now trying to get around Buck Hoover for 4th position. Trey Smith now up into 6th. We haven't seen him. He started 10th. So quite a good day for him as he's made up a few positions.
You've definitely seen a lot of guys been able. Obviously, this is a pretty small field, so it can be tough at times to move up to the field. But for the most part, you've seen a lot of guys seem to be able to, again, without that bus stop at the top end of at the north end of the racetrack, there's a lot of passing opportunities on this track in general. But having that full speed through the carousel and not having to come off of it into the XL zone, it's definitely a lot better, and it opens up a lot of passing opportunities here.
Benny Watson, a great corner in turn 11 there. As Nathan Stapleton was to the inside of him, but he kept the position and didn't tap the wall like we've seen a lot of people do. As there's a big battle for 3rd now between 4 drivers, Tristan Allen, Buck Hoover, Darren Arnsoff, and Trey Smith. The 9 looking to the inside of Buck Hoover. He might get there on the backstretch, we'll see. So obviously he'll get a run out of the S's and will draft down. See if he'll make a move into the carousel. No, he won't. Buck Hoover will keep that 4th position. As Equan Hasm continues to lead, but Lance Smith Jr. hasn't lost a lot of time. I think the gap is from him hitting the wall. Really.
Yeah, well, I mean, that too, you got to remember the tires have definitely worn out on all these cars, so over time you'd kind of expect the gap to not be as bad, but you've definitely that 4 cars still hanging in there, which is what he needs to do. Obviously, we got pit stops coming up here in a couple little bits, so once those pit stops come up, and I'd be curious to see which one of these guys pits first, if they all pit, anybody go overcut, undercut, a lot of interesting strategy you can play out here on these road courses.
Especially with Landon Smith Jr., if he can get a good pit stop and undercut, then that will definitely benefit him. He's less than 2 seconds away from Equan Hasm. So if he can get a good pit stop, a good undercut, that will definitely benefit him. Looks like the leaders won't pit this lap. Looks like no one will. But still, there's still a battle for 3rd. Buck Hoover and Tristan Allen. Tristan Allen blocking 76 down the front stretch. He wants to keep that 3rd position. Darren Arnsoff still trying to hold the 5th. Trey Smith obviously has a very fast car, is pressuring him. And Benny Watson has fallen back to 8th, started 3rd, and now it's all the way back in 8th position. Not a good day for him. as Logan Williams, second in points, only 12 points off the points leader, is in ninth. A definitely good day, good points day for him. So Will Parrish is still in that 10th position. Marty Johnson 11th. As we've seen Daisy Johnson run away from the pack for last, as she's in 18th position. That's definitely a good day for her. Andrew Williams trying to clear Chevron Asada for 19th. Looks like he will, and now Mitchell Collins trying to make a move on the 09. As we are on lap 10, we'll see if any of these drivers pit or not. Looks like Econ has him will, and Smith Jr. will as well. I think everyone's pitting.
Let's see. Now, if anybody, as long, I guess everyone pits here, which looks like they all do.
Oh.
Hold on.
Will Parrish, Chase Harris, Owen Miles missed pit road. Because we're having a little bit of trouble back in the pack. But Will Parrish, Chase Harris all stayed out. As well, Noonigan Scott, Owen Miles, Mitchell Collins, Chevron Asada, and Ryan Benjamin. I think those three were wrecked off the final turn. Quanthausen will win the race off pit road. Lance Smith Jr. caught up. Tristan Allen will be second off pit road. Trey Smith in the third off pit road. Landon Smith Jr. might have just, his pit stop might have just thrown away his race.
Well, he did, that's the one thing. He did hit that wall back on lap, however many laps ago it was at this point. He did already hit the wall. So you have to wonder if they were just out there repairing the damage to his car. Either way, that is going to be extremely costly here for that team.
Yeah, it looks like they did repair the damage. That left side is not looking that bad anymore. So yeah, you're right. But now Tristan Allen up into second, was third into the pit stops, but now up into second, provisional second really, because some of those drivers stayed out. Trey Smith up into third, was sixth coming into the pit stops. A good pit stop for him. So we'll look at the leaders now. Will Parrish, Chase Harris, as I assume they will come down pit road this lap. Yes, they will.
And I don't think they're going to have gained a whole lot of time, but obviously, anytime you can stay out, lead a lap does help you a bit, so.
Yep, absolutely. As Will Parrish only led one lap, because even though he out, Quanthausen still led that 10th lap. And we'll see the results, or the leaderboard, as all these drivers are crossing the line. As Jack Troll, where'd he come from? He's up into 5th position now. One has him a big gap to Tristan Allen, as you can barely see. One has him from Tristan Allen's point of view. And there's a pretty big battle back there. That's Will Parrish, so he's made up quite a bit of time. As well as Owen Miles. Well, I guess the overcut did help them, as I assume, since all those drivers pit at the same time, they lost some time, as there's a lot of drivers on pit road.
Yeah, there did seem to be some guys who lost some time on pit road, given how cluttered it was. So obviously, maybe it didn't work out too bad for some of these guys pulling the overcut.
Yeah, Owen Miles has made his way up into, I believe that is going to be position. And I'm not sure where he was coming into the pit stops, but I know he wasn't in the top 10. So get back towards the pack. Looks like Logan Williams might have lost a couple positions in pit stops. And there's a big gap from Mitchell Collins, Arthur Xavier. That's Chase Harris. Oh my, I'm not sure what happened to him, as he must have had a bad pit stop or something. So now let's go back to the leader as we have 2 laps to go. Equan Haslam continues to lead. Almost 7 seconds is the gap from first to second.
Yeah, that is an incredible amount of speed that 95 car has here today. I don't know. They just unloaded off the truck fast, because since he caught the lead, he's done nothing but just straight drive away from the rest of the pack.
Absolutely. And Trey Smith, another fast car. He's been up in the top 5 for a while. Now up into 3rd. But over the pole sitter has fallen back to 4th. As Alan Miles up into 5th off the pit stops. So those pit stops definitely benefited the 59 machine. As Darren Arnsoff trying to get by Owen Miles though for 5th. Jack Troll in 7th has made up quite a bit of time as well. I'm not sure if, I believe he was in the first round of pit stop, so I'm not sure how he gained that much time. Bill Parrish hits the curb, gets really tight coming out of the boot. So now Equan Haslam will take the white flag. Tristan Allen way back there in 2nd. Buck Hoover, Trey Smith battling for 3rd. Equan Haslam has one more lap to get his 2nd win of the season. He has no pressure from behind as long as he doesn't make any major mistakes. I think he got this.
Absolutely dominant car here today, though. That's a huge lead for him to be carrying on here.
So we'll see here. You can barely see Equan Haslam in the distance as we ride on with Tristan Allen. But it looks like Tristan Allen will get 2nd as they're still battling for 3rd. Buck Hoover to the inside of Trey Smith. Gonna be side by side coming out of the carousel. Trey Smith's gonna get the inside lane here. Buck Hoover in the grass a little bit. Trey Smith still holding on for 3rd. A big gap from 4th to 5th. It's 4 seconds. Exactly. And Equan Haslam now will come out of the boot for the final time. Doesn't go wide, takes it easy, takes it conservative. To the penultimate corner. And coming out of the final turn, Equan Haslam has dominated here at Watkins Glen, and he'll definitely deserve this checkered flag as he'll get it. He'll win Applebee's 200K as Tristan Allen sliding out of the final turn will get 2nd. And Buck Hoover passed Trey Smith for 3rd in that final lap. We'll see the rest of the field finish here. But Equan Haslam definitely deserves that win. Almost 9 seconds was the gap from 1st to 2nd. Absolutely domination for the 95 machine. So it looks like Chase Harris will... No, never mind. Noonan Scott will finish last, I believe. Or no, there's still cars coming off the final turn. I'm not sure who is last at this point. Chevron Asada Chevron Asada will finally finish the race. 53 seconds off the leader. But now let's look at the official results. Equan has them, obviously domination here in the Glen. Tristan Allen second, Buck Hoover third, Trey Smith fourth, Aaron Arnstall fifth, Will Parrish sixth, Nathan Smith seventh, Lynn Miles fell back to eighth, Jack Troll ninth, Marty Johnson snuck into the 10th position to get a top 10. Benny Watson got 11th, started third, not a good day for him. Then Chevron Asada, obviously, we saw was last. But as we'll see you guys next time, now down to the points.